This is an introduction help video to using our new Island County resource, ICGeoMap. You'll see on the home page there's links to these help videos and documentation, data disclaimers, and a link to where you can actually download some of the data. In this video, I'm going to go over searching for a property by an address, by a parcel number, searching through the layer list, changing the base map, clicking on features to see pop-ups, and running a report. So first we'll go over searching for a property by an address. That's done up here in this window. And you'll see I'm going to type all the way to the city level, city or town, and I'll show you why. This Esri geocoder is actually looking all over the world. So if you can keep your selection down to within the Island County area, you're more likely to get a good match. So using the same search bar up here, I can actually type in a name if I want to. And keep it simple. Usually last names work better than trying to put full names in. And I can also type in a parcel number, and it's going to help me try to fill that out. And you can see here I've got some geocoder results, but I put in a parcel number, so I don't really want to see where an address fits that. But I do want to see the parcels, and by clicking this I can zoom right to it. So nice and easy to use. Again, you can put in a street address and it's going to find the same thing for you, all the streets that have that. So I'm going to X out here and go back to my layer list. The layer list is found right down here. I can actually type in a layer name, so I don't have to go through this long list of layers if I know exactly what it is I'm looking for. So I'll go ahead and just type zoning, and I can turn that on. And now I'll zoom out just so you can see the zoning layer is showing up. So now that I've got my zoning layer turned on and I've got my parcels turned on, I can go ahead and click on a parcel, and I'll get a pop-up window that shows my parcel information and also my zoning information. So here, now that I've got my parcel information up, I can click this View Additional Details and see tons of different attributes about this parcel in particular. And there's a link here that'll take you to the PACS Assessor's Office portal page, and a link down here that'll take you to the permit page. So tons of information here. And if I click this Panel Actions menu, I can also go down here and run a report. So a report is a new functionality that we've just added. It creates a nicely formatted summary of tons of information about the property that you're interested in. So after running that, you just click Download Report File, and I'll try to get this to fit in the window. So you can see I've got whatever layers I have turned on in the map will show up in my map output here. And I can zoom down, and I've got links here for more information about if there is a stream, if there's wetlands, so that you can kind of get the most out of trying to find what's available on the web. A link to the zoning code for this particular zone. And like I mentioned, whatever layers you have turned on in the map will show in this image. So to keep it simple, I'd probably rerun this by just turning the zoning off. That way I can actually see the aerial better underneath. So close that and close this down. Now changing the base map is done down here. So let me go ahead and turn off the zoning. So by default I've got the aerial on. That's typically what most people want to see. If you want to turn on hill shade, you'll notice that I've got two on. I can either turn this off, or I can play with this transparency slider so that I can kind of see both of them. And you can use these transparency sliders on all of these, I call them folders. You can see some of them, like the boundaries, is all the way over. There's no transparency because most of them are not fill symbols, but you can move that back. And that's how you would change the base map. So again, we already kind of went over clicking on the pop-ups, but some that I want to point out to you in the boundaries, we have our plats layer. So I'll go ahead and turn that on. And you can see the plats are now turned on. If I click here, I'm going to get parcel pop-up information. and now I've got the plat information, and I've got a link to the plat map here as well. So I can view additional details. If there's been any amendments done to the plat, you'd see them in these other links. But you can kind of go through the layer list. The zoning information also has a link to the zoning code in it. The quarter section maps have links to the PDF maps for them. A lot of our layers have additional information once you start looking into them. So hope that helps. Thanks. Bye.